Hello. My name is Megan, and I'm just going to be sharing a little bit of a testimony of how the Lord has worked through my life, specifically through missions. So I've had the privilege to go on a couple different mission trips throughout my life. Mozambique, Africa was the most recent one. I went there this past summer with a group of about 8 people from PV. And so for this trip, I decided to support raise, which I hadn't done in the past. So I sent out letters asking for support, both through prayers and then also financially. And so the total cost of the trip was around $3,200, and my goal was to fundraise half of that. And I was like, Lord, if that's all you give me, that's enough, and I can find a way to pay for the rest. So I would continuously check my funding account every weekly or whatever, and a month and a half in, I was fully funded, which in itself is just a huge testament to how good the Lord is. And so then I ended up having to go to Mayo to get some various, and even meet with a travel doctor and get various vaccines, and then I also had to get malaria pills. And so the bill came back for that, and it was around $700, and I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know how I was going to pay for it, and so I was racking my brain trying to figure out, how am I going to pay for this bill? And so I decided, I ended up checking my funding account, and I was just over $700 overfunded for my trip. So the Lord, not only did He provide for just the baseline cost of the trip, but He also overfunded me and helped me pay for the medical bill, which is just a testament to how much He loves and cares about the little things. Even though it wasn't little to me, it was pretty huge. So then, I hopped on a plane, went to Africa, worked with a bunch of kids there, and it was just one of the greatest experiences. I can honestly say the people of Chakwe, which is the town we were in Mozambique, are some of the most welcoming, Jesus-loving people that I've ever met. Many of them have next to nothing, but they are so full of joy, and the only thing that I can attest that to is the Lord. And it's a very unique experience to be able to go halfway across the globe and still have something that is familiar with you. And so I know that missions have kind of been something that we've been talking about these past couple weeks. And so if you're on the fence about it, I would really encourage you to go, just because you just grow so much in it, and it's a very unique experience to be able to go and just see how the Lord is moving in a different country. He's moving in Africa just like He's moving here, and it's very cool. And then lastly, I would just encourage you just to make room for the Lord to do things. If I hadn't decided to support raise, He wouldn't have shown me what He could do through that. And so I would just encourage you to make room for the Lord to move, and when He does, He'll do big things for you. Yeah, thank you.